The Waimangu Rift Valley, or sometimes also called the Waimangu Volcanic Valley, formed after an eruption on, I believe, June 10th, 1886. That eruption destroyed everything that was living in the area, killing about 120 people and destroying all life.
So it's actually the world's largest thermal hot spring. It was the world's largest geyser. It was bigger than the one in Yosemite.
Yellowstone.
It wasn't nice and clear and beautiful, sparkly water. It was dark. So now it's the world's largest hot spring you can see down.
Now you can catch some of the sulfur smell. This is the world's largest hot spring, I believe, or thermal pool. The largest of them, and perhaps the largest thermal pool in the world, is called Fryingpan Lake. The photos and videos you see steaming are primarily of Fryingpan Lake. The colors you can see are caused by not only the minerals dissolved in the water, but also by the various forms of life that are managing to cling to life in this very caustic and hot environment. Flora and fauna have made a remarkable comeback too. I couldn't begin to tell you what all the species are, although I certainly noticed a large number of ferns, from tree ferns to all sorts of smaller ferns growing everywhere. This was especially true on the little isthmus that separates Rotomahana Lake from Terawera Lake. By the way, it was Terawera that erupted in 1886. Fauna have made a good comeback too. This is most noticeable in the birds you hear, from local fantail and tui, plus no doubt others, to good morning, introduced or invasive species, including Australasian black swans and even kingfisher. Unfortunately, some pests have also managed to make a comeback, though they're trying to eradicate those pests, including animals like rats. They've done a good job keeping the worst of them at bay, and that is an ongoing process.
This is only about 120 years old and is the most recently formed of the larger natural lakes in New Zealand.
Let's take a picture of the names.
It has no natural outlet and water levels vary according to fluctuation in rainfall. It's interesting, I always thought lakes had that's an outlet.
Where'd everybody go?
One thing that I found interesting is that Lake Rotomahana, which means Lake of Warm Waters, and I believe the water temperature in Rotomahana is about 60 degrees. Prior to the 1886 eruption, that lake was a good 1/20th of its current size, and I understand quite a bit warmer. Lake Rotomahana, loosely translated, warm lake. Starting to cross Lake Terawera, leaving the isthmus that we walked across from Lake Rotomahana, about 0.7 miles through a fern forest. Terawera, tent city. Is all a redwood grove. Don't know how these California redwoods got here. Maybe it's a plantation. Was a plantation? They're very densely planted.